Are you there? I'm coming in. Hold on.
Hello.
Hi. Oh my God. How are y'all?
Good. So excited.
Me too. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I like the wallpaper. Is that like, that's cool. Is it like Victorian? What is that?
We're at our dad's house, and this is the quietest spot. That's all we get.
Holy, okay, I'm here for it. No, okay, so random thing. I already think that I'm vibing with this person, let me tell you that. But there is okay, I literally went to Sherwin Williams a couple hours ago, well, earlier this morning with my husband, and I was like, honey, we need floral wallpaper. And he was like, no. And that's why I'm like, oh, because I want to put it on this back wall here. And he's like, stop it. So, anyways, this is my side. We'll figure it out. Well, with that being said, y'all, welcome in. I'm excited. I have something very interesting to show you as well. The reason why I'm late is not because I was running over, but it was because I was using my spirit box for a second. I wanted to see if I could get anything I mean, we can channel all day long, but I want to see if I can get anything physical for y'all as well. It's interesting. I pulled up your appointment, and it does say passed away on the morning of your graduation. You ended up going and doing the graduation?
Yep.
Okay. Yes. Okay, can I show you something?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so she passed before the graduation, correct? You said?
Yep.
Yeah. So I don't know if you watch any of my spirit box stuff, but so whenever you do, okay, so with my spirit box stuff, when I sit here, I was off at my normal time from my last appointment, and I pull up and I'm like, I pull up your appointment and I'm like, okay, I know you're here. And my last appointment, the guy was really heavy. He committed suicide. Like, he's in this bad place. And so I'm like trying to lighten myself up because I know that this person is not in that area. She's not in like this dark place. So I bust out my spirit box and it keeps saying raise, which means like raise your feeling, raise your vibration to connect. And so I'm like, okay. So I sit there for a little bit and I watch a really happy little video on my chicks that I got, which is interesting. And then all of a sudden I was like, okay. I go, can you tell me something? I said, I have to go into this appointment right now. I said, just let me know something. Just give me something to tell them, right? And this is what she said. I had to go, it's obviously on my phone, so I had to real quick transfer it onto my computer. And then I saved it in a folder that says Lynn on it. Let me figure out how to turn you around. Hang on, there's my, so let me move this down real quick. So there's my little folder that says Lynn on it that I just did. Okay. And I said, give me something. And it says, I was there.
Oh.
I was there. And I was like, that's why I first started with I said you ended up going still, right?
Yep.
Because that would make 110% correct if you did.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody else that would have still gone to their high school graduation when their mom passed away. I know that I would have, but I know obviously it's a big thing too. So I want to let you know she was there. Okay.
Perfect.
Okay, so if that's not confirmation number one, well, welcome into our session.
Yeah.
We already got here. Yeah. I want to tell y'all beforehand a little bit about how we do this, right? So obviously we're channeling, but what happens is we're asking somebody's soul to come in. We're asking somebody's consciousness to come in. Hold on, let me make this even. And normally I'm in my session room, but because we moved, it's under construction, so we have a bedroom right now. But when they do come in, what they do is they give me a bunch of signs and symbols that mean something to me. They'll give me a bunch of feelings and emotions that come through. That's mostly what it is. They will come through and they'll put me in different situations that may have happened to them or happened to you or will happen to you. And the last one is that I get words and phrases that just boop up in my head. I've got to tell you what they are. Another thing is you'll hear me arguing with myself. I'm not arguing with myself. I'm trying to figure out, does this make sense before I open my big mouth? Okay, so I say a lot of things out loud. But with that being said too, I also, while I was here, y'all still have her dining room table and everything here?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. So earlier when I was vibing, so obviously, well, it's backwards on here, but she kept talking about her table. Her table is a big thing. I'm like, okay, I don't know what's up with the table. Apparently it's wood and we really enjoy it. Another one, it's massive. she kept talking about stars, like celestial stars. So I don't know, maybe she likes to stargaze. Maybe I like to do that. We'll go into that later. Or it could also be that she's an outdoorsy person. We'll talk about that too. She kept talking about became an angel, which is interesting. So she's like becoming this higher vibrational being, which is great. Also, like, was somebody thinking about being a teacher, but like never actually did it?
I don't think so.
Mm. Only reason, because she said teacher. Now this could be, but then she gave me a feeling of like, which means like thinking of being a teacher, but didn't actually do it. There's nothing else more than that. But the other thing it could mean, because this was said after she said like becoming, angel, this could mean that maybe she's y'all's teacher at the same time. But that's just what I got from the box. But I thought that I was there was probably, and then the table thing was like the biggest one. So I will let you know direct responses. So let's figure out what's going on with this. I'm going to be asking her things like, what does she see in your life? What is going on? What can you explain? Now, also remember, y'all, I am limited by my own personal viewpoint and experiences as well. So I'm here from Galveston, Houston area. If y'all are from up north, I don't go there. That's not a thing. It's cold. It doesn't exist in my vocabulary. So if somebody says, what's the street I grew up on in New York? I don't know, because we probably don't have the same street. Okay. But I will go through and I'll bring stuff up like what it looks like to me. What is the experience and stuff. So just stay with me. And all I really need y'all to do is be like, Amy, heck yeah, that makes sense. Or no, it doesn't. That's it. And then you can ask questions. You go into that. But let's see how far this person can take me first. I can hear her voice. I can feel it. Oh, she says, she talks so fast in my head. She says, I worry too much. I worry too much. No, I don't need to worry anymore. She's like, God, I'd go so fast all the time. This is how, and I'm just going to split it all out right now. And then we're going to go for it. She says, they don't need to be sat. I'm gone. I'm here. I'm so nervous. Oh, interesting. I'm wondering if she was having issues here. Interesting. We'll go into that in just a second. What? Did she have cancer?
Yeah.
Thanks her. Okay. She was in my last session with me. She had chemotherapy.
Where her port was, where they did a lot of her, right where you're pointing at.
Your last session. Oh my God. Okay. I'm so sorry. I will see. That is. While we're here together, just stay here. Hold on. I just need to make a mental note. My last session, hold on. My last session, I'm just going to leave that there. I channeled this woman once before. Her husband crossed over because we talked about that already. And he's bringing up, or they're talking about, this woman shows up in my head and he says, he's talking about a woman and he says, their mom. And she's going like this. And I'm like, cancer. And I'm like, but that's like where a port goes. Cause I had a portacath over here when I had mine. And I go, and she keeps talking about, I can feel the thing that goes in here. And I go, are you really close with his mom? Like talking to her. And she goes, I said, I wonder if she's going to get cancer. I said, I don't think so. I said, I think this is somebody else's family member coming into the session. She goes, okay. And I said, I'll let you know. This is your fucking mom. She's been here with me. That's too odd. Okay. She's so ready. What? She's so nauseous. It makes her feel so bad. I have to email her later. Otherwise, she's going to think that her mom is going to have cancer, and it's not. It's your mom coming in and being a part of my session. That's wild. Oh, what? She doesn't like how her skin looks. She doesn't like the bruising. She says she's so nice. She goes, you're gorgeous. She thinks that she's such a nice person. She wants to hug y'all. She tries to get around you all the time. She loves y'all so much. And she says, and they don't even know. They don't even realize it. And I was like, I know. Hold on. Let me do this. Oh, my brain just like freaked out on myself. I'm sorry. What? She's painting her nails in my head. Interesting. She's just because like this, because I don't have a crazy amount of money, but I like it. And she goes, so we do this. Let's all have a painting party. She's like painting her nails. So my sister to the right, she's doing it all. She's doing that for her. And she's like, oh, and she's walking around in shorts and a tank top. And I can see her little tan legs whenever she looks really good, which for me means she likes to be outside all the time. And she's like, ha, ha, ha. And I'm like, oh, what? She says it's okay to get a little dirty. She's so funny. I feel like she wants to be outside all the time. What, she likes my house. I bet she's been living with me for a little bit. Interesting. Tell me about them. Go have fun. Go have fun. Go have fun. Don't worry about me. She doesn't want people to worry about her. Don't have any guilt. What? What? Did y'all end up leaving after she crossed over to go to this thing and like feeling like guilty because of that? Or what's that? Yeah. Okay. She's talking about how y'all are walking out or somebody's walking out and being like, should I whine? And then she's talking about how she's like standing. She was on hospice care?
Yes.
Yeah, cool. Okay. Yeah, because she's just standing there being like in what would be almost like hospice care. What's type? And it was all over me. Shit. Oh hell, I don't know.
Oh God.
So she's talking. She says, "Show hell." What? Where? I wonder if it started in her chest area, though, more specifically. Yeah,
Yep.
Interesting. Yeah. I go, where was it at? What's going? She's talking about it being progressive. Obviously, it goes everywhere. And then I said, no. Show me centrally located. She goes, she makes me feel this again. She's so small. She's a tiny woman. I'm 6 feet tall. She's in my body, and she keeps showing me the image of like her to me
Yeah.
over and over again. What about her? What? Where are they at? Where I don't know. Do you not have kids yet? We don't have kids yet? That's not a thing.
She does.
You do. You don't. Oh, do you have a son?
A daughter.
You have the daughter. Okay. Oh, that's who she was talking about. Oh, that was her then earlier too. She kept talking about a baby, a girl over and over and over again. I bet she was the one that brought your child through 110%, like 10 out of 10. Somebody needs a boy. We'll have to get in there later and we'll have to figure out like where that's coming from. I don't know how or why. And so somebody needs to be working on that at some point, y'all. That's your job. Okay. We'll go back over here. What? Did we like do the middle name after mom for the daughter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. This is it's okay. If you need to talk, it's fine. She
Okay.
goes like this. I go, well, what? I said, what about the daughter? What's interesting? And all this, she goes, well, it's not the full name, but it's a part, it's mine. It's in the middle. And tell her.
Yep.
Yeah. That's all that comment. She says, one. She's so quick. Tell me. What about her? Dogs are tracking stuff in. She's talking about sweeping. She needs us to sweep and like clean the corners. I don't know in here. She's talking about your mom is so high energy, so high octane. Oh, he can't see me. He doesn't care. What? Your parents actually really did love each other, though. They did love each other. Yeah. She's talking about him, quote unquote, being grumpy in a funny way. But then she also goes up. Yeah. She's talking about how she goes up and gives his hand and like holds it. And you can feel he's getting older. You can feel that older skin, right? And then she says, oh, I come up and try to see him, but he doesn't look at me. He doesn't hear me. It doesn't matter. She goes, a little grumpy though, but I watch over him. And she says, what? We have the same couches and stuff.
Did for a long time.
Yeah.
And then that's gone.
Very recently, yeah.
Really? Okay, she just walks around. She goes, same. That's it. And I'm like,
Yeah.
Really?
We're
Yeah.
in her same
We're
bed.
in the bed that she slept in with my dad.
He doesn't change much.
He doesn't
No,
change.
okay. Wow. Okay. Yeah, she's like same.
They
I go for
We were just talking about this pillow.
really? It's all the same. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, hey, I'm here for it. Hang on. What? Tell me. Did she ever have like a really large lab or like something along that line?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
You
We have my
Really?
dog still. We have my 13-year-old dog that we had ever since I was a sophomore in high school.
Really? Okay, there's something about it's a feeling because this dog is wide in girth and you
Yeah.
like I keep talking about this and how we sit down and we can like see it, but for me it feels lab-ish, like in that area. And she keeps saying, "Hey girl, hey girl, hey girl, hey girl," like she's playing with this dog in my head. They do play with dogs, even if they're not dead yet. It's a thing. Tell me. Move if you want to. You're not. Nicole, why are you like not? Who's gonna move down? Wait, are y'all up north? You are up north. It's cold. There's snow. Where are you at? What area are you in?
In Wisconsin, up north Wisconsin.
Oh, you're way up there. No wonder. Okay, she keeps giving me the sound of like having on boots and trudging through slush.
Yeah.
And then she's talking about complaining about the cold or complaining about the snow. And she says, "Oh, why don't you move?" Oh, she can move. They can move. They want you. Go down, go down. So it's like somebody needs to move down south. I have no idea why. I don't know if you'll do that. And then they talk about how you can't leave the rest of the family. Go enjoy your life. So it's like this big back and forth thing. She says that, tell me, what did you do? What'd you do? She's happy to see me. That's how she says it. And she's so funny. She's so light. Tell me. She keeps saying I didn't make very much money. She says, but I did what I had to, and it was good. It was good. She's like best at customer service. She's so good at customer service.
Oh yeah.
Apparently, this is all she's showing me. It's like she keeps handing me a bag, and she keeps saying, "There you are, thank you," like that, and then she keeps moving forward. So I don't know what she did. It's very interesting. Oh no, life was beautiful. Life was beautiful. She wishes she wouldn't have spent so much time fretting about so many things, worrying about so many things, fretting about so many things. She wanted to hide it from y'all that by the time, I don't know, because it's been a long time for y'all and y'all are at a different stage of your life since back then. At the time we found this, did we already know that it had progressed pretty far?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Cool.
terminal at the beginning.
That's what she says. I go, so tell me about it. Was my dad had 10 years of life with his, and then obviously I survived with mine. And I said, so what was the prognosis when you first got diagnosed? Like what was going on? And she goes, oh, when I figured it out, when we found out, I was so nervous. And I was like, do I tell him? Do I not? And I was like, well, why wouldn't you? She's like, because I knew I was going to die. I knew that was it. And I was like, well, so that means it was already progressed. And she's like, yeah. So I said, she keeps showing me wings everywhere. I just want like angels to be her sign 24/7. Wings everywhere. That's your mom. Good.
Right.
Tell me about her. What? I just want somebody I want you to get a Bronco. I have no idea why. Like somebody just needs like a Bronco, which is odd. Or like one of those things. Who is that? Why? Nicole, did you get a new car recently?
Yeah. In September I did. Yep.
Oh, okay. There's a Ford dealership by my house we drove by today, and they showed me a Bronco. Or I was looking at one just for fun. And then she brought that up in my head. And I was like, why do we need a Bronco? And then she's like, no. And then she makes me smell that, and I was like, oh, we're talking about new cars. Somebody got that. So that's why I went back and asked. So she's acknowledging that. Oh, but it's an actual car. It's not like an SUV.
It's an SUV, yes. It's a
What is it? What'd you get?
It's an Xterra, Nissan Xterra.
Oh, I haven't seen one of those in forever. Oh, no wonder she's bringing up Bronco SUVs and stuff like that. Okay, so it's something that I am misreading her, but she's right on. What?
I got a car 2 years ago, brand new, like right off
You
the.
got one brand new.
Right off the.
Really? Okay, what did you get?
Yes.
What did you get?
Toyota RAV4.
That's weird. I have all my notifications off on my phone. So you have the small SUV, you have the badass one. That's why she's saying with you, the Xterra, it's way too big for you. So when you're behind the wheel, you're like this. So it's a whole thing. She's talking about riding with y'all. She likes yours. She says, tell me, what do they do? I feel like your mom would talk to you in music, all the way, 110%. But it's interesting. What? Tell me about her. It's weird because I have two separate people here, and so she's trying to tell me things for both of y'all at the same time, and I only have one brain, and so I'm having to like separate this out. What about her? Oh, interesting. Okay. So Nicole is on the right, and Sarah's on the left. Yeah. Okay. So she's talking about how Nicole like sees, and I'm going to teach y'all signs later, like where you actually know versus like, oh, there's a bird. Great. There's a bird. I live in the country. There's 1,000 fucking birds. Okay. And so we'll go into like more exact. She's talking about how Nicole sees the signs and like acknowledges them more, or like she flips them together. Like there's like, oh, and Sarah does, but is more like hesitant to place them or more hesitant to do that. And so she's talking about how this is very difficult. This is all words, okay? And she's saying that Sarah has almost a, what's the word for it? Like, oh well, that could be anything.
Right.
And just keeps going. That's how she feels. And she's sitting next to you in the car and she's like, like that, and you keep going on your way, and she's like,
right,
damn.
yep.
Like that's her whole thing. So for you, this thing I'm going to teach you before I leave, this is really for you, and y'all can both do it together, and please email me in a couple of weeks. This is what I do for my family all the time, okay? Because I'm all about like, can I see it, smell it, taste it, look at it, then I know that it's real. I don't do the whole woo-woo thing. And so we'll go into that. What? She's funny. What? What are you talking about? Hold on. She keeps showing me. I want your mom to have a tattoo of a feather on her foot. I have no idea why. And I know she didn't have a tattoo of a feather on her foot. Does somebody have a tattoo of a feather?
Yeah, I do. I got a peacock feather tattoo, and then this one's, I got feathers on my forearm.
Wait, and let me see. Oh my God. Oh my God. Wait.
This is the heart with the angel wings.
That's an angel wings.
Yeah.
Okay, what is all that for?
This one was for her. The angel ones.
Go home. Okay. Okay, we literally were talking about angels. We literally are talking about that. Yeah. She's going like this. How interesting. Yeah. And go back and look at the recording. There's nothing. You don't see any of that. Like I can't see any of that. I just want to let you know. And she's going like this. I go, so what do you want to talk about? And then she gets like a pen and she goes, and I'm like, tattoo, what? And then she gets a tattoo and she turns like a feather and she puts it on what would be like her foot like this. And I go, okay, so is that yours? And she goes, no. And I'm like, thank you. So there. What? Tell me. What about her? Go over here. What? Hold on. She's brewing something for Sarah. I can feel it. Come here. Tell me. She is. There's a feeling of like, and I'm like, all right, come on. What? I love how, Sarah, I like how you talk to people. I like how you just, and this is not a bad way, you're very brash in a good way, you just don't give two shits. You're like, no, I don't know, they kind of fucked up and it's okay, you know, like kind of like just very flat out and out there. Are you doing anything, or are you going to do anything in, and when I'm talking about jobs, this is difficult for me because I've never experienced all of them, right? But I haven't figured out, she's at your job or she's doing something like that. She's trying to make me, it almost feels infrastructure-ish, but hold on. Did you just get like a like an actual corporate job, or like an actual like
Oh my,
corporate job?
I just had
Yeah.
an interview yesterday, and I work at a bar right now, and I just told my boss this morning that I'm like done in like 2 weeks. I haven't even gotten the job yet. But I want my boss to know. I was like, I'm done.
Yes, that's your brashness. Brash. There you go. This is what it's, but that's why you're talking like that, because you're at a bar and you're like, here's your shit, get out. Here you go.
Right.
Have it like yes, yes. And they're talking about you coming up, and she shows me dark. She shows me a lot of metal and a lot of wood everywhere. And she's talking about that. But then she keeps saying new, new, new. And then she talks about professional or like corporate or like getting into that area. Yeah. So what is the new one? What are the one that you interviewed for? What is that?
There was a couple, but the one I'm really interested in is just a clinic. You know, it's like a normal 8 to 5 job, and I'm really interested in some.
Mm-hmm. I also want you to look at, we're going to see if that goes, I'm going to ask her, see if that goes through. It does feel like you are in, just from without me going into it with her yet, it does feel like there is that transition. You've already put your thought, you've put your mind into it, you've put those things in motion. And so she's going to push those wheels to make it happen. Now, I also want you to like think about a job in data entry, and more honestly, like a data entry inside of some sort of factory or like warehousing type of thing. And the best thing I can describe is like, it's almost like you're in a cubicle, you're in an office, but everything's a little bit darker and dingier, not like in a hospital. It's like if somebody had like a steel mill factory and people come and put a bunch of papers on your desk and you're putting in all the orders for it, for like the database and stuff. So you're not working in there, you're working in like the corporate sector, but you are in this, you know, in like this more industrialized thing too. So I look for data entry jobs. I would even say if you get into this clinical thing, because you would be going in, hold on, you'd be doing all the appointments and everything for it.
Yeah, for an appointment coordinator.
Oh, there. Okay, cool. I go, what is she going to be doing? Billing and coding, the back room, what? And then she keeps saying, hi, how are you? Which I'm like, I know about doctors. So that's, yeah. So she's talking about you doing that. It's weird. It's almost like, I think she keeps talking about the 10 keys and stuff. I want you to go for that. I think this seems pretty good. It's going to be one or the other. You're going to get this here, you're going to get it again, but don't stay there because you're going to get really bored. I mean, keep it for like 2 or 3 years, enjoy it, but look into data entry jobs for like warehouses or in that area. And you would stay there for like 15, 20 years, retire and have a great time. Okay.
Oh my God.
Okay, sorry. I know it's very random, but she wants you to do that. What? Tell me. Because I still want you to be able to like have your dogs and like have your little home. I want you to almost like have a home that you could travel with, which is very weird. What? Is it are you living in an apartment right now?
No, I own a house.
You own a house. Okay, interesting. Is it on property?
Yeah, well, I own the house on the land. I mean, it's not very big or very much.
On the land. Okay. No, it's okay. This is what she shows me. She shows me like if it's a mobile home. I'm not saying it's a mobile home. Mobile homes are not bad. But then it's interesting. She keeps talking about how I'd want you to have like this house. It's on pillar and beam or up. And I want it on like 3 or 4 acres. And I want you to have like a couple little chickens. I want you to have 2 big ass dogs. I want you to have like a tiny little garden. Like I want you to have a little fence around it. That's what I want for you. And you just can go out there in your robe and in your sandals and be like, fuck, this is my house. Coffee, go. Like that's just what I want.
She knows that's
okay.
Exactly what I do.
Really? See, yeah, this is I think you'll end up making it there. But she's painting your version of, yeah, this is good life. Like that's what it is. There's some boy spirit. I'm wondering if somebody ends up having a boy. Hold on. Okay, wait. Sarah? No. Hold on. Nicole, are you not with baby girl's dad anymore?
No, I'm not.
Okay, cool. No, it's okay. I'm not with my baby boy's dad either. It's okay. We have baby daddies. Pound it.
Yep.
Yeah. She goes like this. I go, so what about her? What about her? I said, what's up with the boy? Is there an option? Is there an opportunity? And you're talking about how the baby maker is shut down. And I say, I get it. Like there's that thing. See? Yeah. And then I said, well, what about like the husband of the girl? And she goes, oh no, asshole. Boom. I go, okay, gone. That's fine. She says, what? And like, you stayed around. You let him use you. Tell him to fuck off. She's like, that's what I said, but she wasn't listening to me. The whole thing. What? Oh, interesting. Nicole, do you stay here? Do you live here?
Yeah. I just
Really?
moved in August.
Oh. Oh, wow. Okay. This is how cool. This is what she says. I go, so where does she live? What does she own? He goes, oh, she watches after my husband or her dad. And I go, yeah. And I go, why? What do you mean by that? And it's more like, hey, dad, stay out of the way. Like that. That's what she's talking about how you're, this is the example. Yes, this is what she shows me. So she shows me you coming out of like the door with the door open, and you're like, hi. And he's like just straight down. And yeah, see, that's what, and she's in it. I can hear the thump, 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 thump. So all the floor is wood in here?
No, none of
carpet.
them. Yeah, carpet, linoleum.
Carpet. Okay. Oh, that's why it's okay. Okay. Yeah, I can hear like almost like a hollowness or like a slapping to it. So I'm like, what is that? That's her. She says, he won't spend any money on wood. What do you mean? No, and she's like, stop. She says, he won't spend any money, period. And she's like, it's like, that's why I get to do my nails in heaven. It's a whole thing with your mother. What? Oh, interesting. She's talking about her funeral and how she wishes it would have been bigger or more fancy, but like even there, we had to like spend less there, like the whole thing. And she's talking about how, oh, what? Did we end up cremating her?
Yep.
Really? Okay.
Yep.
I said, what type of casket did you get? I wonder. She keeps showing me like a white filigree and gold casket. I was like, you didn't have that. And then she goes, that's why I did my hands like that. Cause she goes, meow. And I'm like, oh, okay. And she says, what? Tell me about it. Yeah, it's over. She's talking about everybody crying, kids crying. She's talking about how she's so over everybody being mopey. She's pure light. She keeps showing me turquoise. What? Oh, your dad. Does your dad have like perpetual congestion and a cough?
Yeah.
All the time. Interesting.
Yeah.
There's something about him being careful that he doesn't choke, and that's just this like perpetual thing. So maybe he has something. I don't think he has anything going on. I just think she's making me hear the sounds of your house, which is weird, and I'm here for it. What? Tell me. What? Sarah, I just want you to have a lot of thermoses and a lot of Yetis everywhere with you. I don't know why.
I have everything all over. Oh my gosh.
Really? Yeah. That's all she shows me. She makes me feel, this is how odd this is. She makes me feel this. And then she makes me pop the lid on. Then she talks about how we have a handle, how we don't have a handle, how we have this, how it's always there. How like this is like our quintessential Sarah and thermos. Like that is who you are. Okay. Yep. She says, what? She's picking flowers. Your mom is so cute. Tell me, where are you going? There's no landscaping. There's no landscaping in this house. There's like no flowers or anything out front. Nothing. Okay, interesting. Nothing at all. I said, what are you doing? She says, picking flowers. I said, she's picking flowers. I go, why? And then she takes me like outside of the house and backs up. Bop, 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 bop. And then she goes, and then she just shows me grass. And I'm like, or like dirt. And I'm like, okay. Okay, I get it. I guess there's one tree, but we'll keep that there or something like that. She says, what? What are you talking about? Interesting. Did we like park the cars alongside of the house?
Yep.
Oh,
there's-
yeah.
There's 2 cars parked there right now.
Oh, are there really? Oh, how
That don't
interesting.
work.
Remember I told you
Don't
she's,
work. 2 cars that don't work.
that's why it's just, oh, this is, oh, how interesting. She says like this, remember she took me outside the house. Okay, so she's showing me stuff. And then she goes, cars?
Oh my God, they're right. I can see them from right here.
They're right there.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. And she's outside of your house right now. And she's like, we don't have anywhere to put them, or we can't. And I was like, are they not in the garage? Like what? And she's talking about no, how they're right here and how she doesn't like it. What?
We better tell Dad.
Yeah, tell her. Well, she's talking about like, why don't you sell them for junk, or why don't you sell them for that? And then he just like doesn't want to move them. He like doesn't see a way of moving them like this. And we'll get into that later. What about him? What about her? And why are you still here so much? Her mom is crossed over?
No.
No,
Where's
not
her
yet.
mom at?
Still is alive.
Oh, is she like not doing really well? Or do y'all not talk to her?
She's got health problems, bad
got-
back.
Yeah, she's got some health problems.
Mm. Okay, leave that there. This is what she keeps saying. She just goes, my mom. And I was like, what about mom? And then she gives me a feeling of, and so I'm like, are we having a hard time? What's going on? She's probably waiting around for her family to cross over.
She'll be 8 in June.
Really? Okay. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I would have to say maybe the next like 2 years, but we'll keep that there. That's your mom is kind of like the angelic presence that brings people back with her. Tell me about her. What? Sarah, you're gonna have to get work boots. I don't know why you're gonna have to get work boots. I have no idea. I don't know what's happening there. She shows me like Timberland work boots, which is weird. Yeah, like if you have steel-toed boots, I wonder if like a job you get, like it's a safety thing down the line. Not saying you're working on a job site, but you know how like sometimes people in that area, they make you wear them like in an office, even though you don't. I keep seeing you having leather Timberland work boots with steel toes on,
Oh,
but
are they
sitting at a desk. Yeah, they can be pink. They can be whatever you want. I mean, I'm just gonna leave that there. You'll have to let me know in a couple of years what happens with that. Wait, so tell me about what? Somebody. There's some. Nicole, were you dating or with a guy that like had a drug problem?
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't mean to. I mean, you're not a part of that, but there's a feeling about somebody and they turn them blue. Blue for me means having like an issue with drugs or an issue going in with that, and or that he's really sad or anxious or angry all the time and like getting into that area, and how he's just kind of whatever. I wonder if she's, and it goes along with like a boyfriend. Back that up in a way. Get out of that area. We don't need to go to that area right now. Hold on. I wonder if you're gonna have a guy that was like a friend or a boyfriend that you end up finding out pretty darn soon that he like dies of like one of these fentanyl overdose things that's happening so often, because they took one and done and it's just stupid. I don't think necessarily they're out there doing meth 24/7, but it feels like it's going to affect you somehow. Not you with your body, but your side with that area. I don't know. She says like, don't worry, I got him. Okay, come back over here, mom. What? So what have you seen for the last 10 years? That's what I'm going to ask her. Tell me. What? Hold on. She's talking about after her passing, she's watching how your father didn't know how to handle it, and she's watching how y'all didn't particularly know how to handle it either. And she's talking about everybody kind of like being in the same area, but in their own little dark rooms.
Yep.
All together. Yeah. And she's talking about how she's this light that held everybody together. And she was sad about that. She was sad about seeing everybody kind of like go their separate ways. Sarah, did you smoke cigarettes for like a half a second?
I still do.
I did.
Nicole used to smoke, but she quit. I still smoke.
Okay, so she's getting on your ass right now. Okay, so this is what, I mean, even though she probably did, it's okay. We'll get into that in just a second. She goes like this. She makes me hear, you know, when you light it with the lighter, that thing. And then she has you don't look like it at all. That's cool. She goes like this. She goes, he's like, and I'm like, okay, I'll tell him. I was like, who does this? Who does this? And she's like pointing at you. Okay. So,
that face.
She's pointing at you. So stop it. Only reason because small cell squamous carcinoma, which means small cell lung cell cancer. So be careful. Don't quit your shit. Got
Okay,
it? Okay. Good. Yeah. Done. Or at least like gradually taper off like within like the next 6 months. Okay. Just because she's talking about how she shows me this, she goes like this. She's happy about her doing it. She has a cigarette in her hand and a bottle of beer, and she's dancing around on a porch in my head right now. So your mom did smoke and drink.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah, all the way. This is what she's doing. She goes, I said, why are you? Yeah. She goes like this. She goes, and I'm like, what are you doing? So she's saying how she partied, or she had a good time, but now she sees this from like a different state. And she's talking about you, Sarah. She goes, please stop this. And she goes and she takes out your right lung, which means like this will affect this if you don't do that.
Well, and
okay.
How she found out she had cancer was in her lung, and they had to remove it, part of her lung.
So she's.
Yeah. Yep. And I know.
Yeah.
She'll do it.
Oh. Wow. Yeah. Oh my God, that's so cool. So she's saying, don't do this because it happened to me.
Yeah.
She showed you, and she showed me a lung, and then she showed me without one. And only. What a.
Yeah.
Sorry, your mom's great. I love her. Hold on. So what? Tell me. So what does she need to do? What does Nicole need to do? Can you tell me? I get it. Nicole, you think too hard on what you need to do. Stop it. You're like pondering about life. Hold on. Tell me. What? Weird. Nicole, have you ever thought about going and getting like a certification to be like an in-home health aide or something like that?
I haven't.
What do you do right now?
I just work at a gas station right now.
Yeah, I mean that's still intense. So she goes like this. She goes to you. I said, what does she need to do? And she's talking about making her life better, making her life better. And I said, why? What does she need to do? And I say, is this the teacher thing? Is that what it is? And she's like, no, because that'll get boring, and then people will try to take advantage of the situation. And then she goes and she puts you in blue scrubs, and then she has you going around to like, if somebody was having like, or older people, or even people that are like chronically ill, and you going in and you just like helping with them, you know, like that. And so you do that for about 4, 5, 6, 7 hours a day, and then you go home. And she's talking about how you're a dreamer. Oh, I wish I could do this. Oh, I do this. Oh, I do this. And she's saying, just pick it, choose, and go for it. So we have the admin over here that like keeps everybody in line and all the orders. And it's like, I would want you to go into, like I say, this nursing, but like more like home health care. So if we get in like a certificate in that and then move in that direction, think about it. Think about it. I also want to, before we go to, actually, I'm not going for a little bit, but let me look at y'all's charts because I want to see where everybody's vibration is. And then I also want to go back. I want to channel mom, and then I want to teach you the sign thing too. Okay, so I'll tell you mine if you tell me yours. So my birthday is November 7th of 1988. Sarah, when is yours?
August 30th, 1995.
Virgo. I understand. I get it. And then I love you. And then I was born in Houston, Texas. What about you?
Wisconsin. Where were we born? Merrill,
Wausau.
Wausau.
Where's that at?
It's like an hour south of where we are right now, Merrill.
Oh, okay. Okay. Interesting. Hold on. I have never been to Wisconsin. Never. That's gonna be like my one place I need to go. Okay. Ooh. Hang on. We're gonna do that. And then let me go over here. All right, Nicole. And then what about you? When's your birthday?
9/24/94.
September.
Oh, look at y'all. Yeah. Hey, I like it. Okay, 24/94. And then you were also born in Merrill?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Hold on. So all this is, I want to see if what I'm feeling and what she's showing me. Oh, wow. Wow. Ooh, y'all fight like cats and dogs. You punch each other in the head, wouldn't you? Whoa. Get out of the way. Yeah. Woo. The only thing though, I mean, ooh, y'all are tit for tat. Oh, I don't even know. Hang on. No wonder, Nicole, y'all are tit. That's exactly what it is. So Nicole, definitely anything in healthcare, home health, helping people. Why? I wanted to look at your Mars. Your Mars symbol is your masculine side. It's what you need to do for your job. It's what makes your soul happy or getting into that area. Your Mars is in Cancer, which is all about mothering, not always just being a mom, but about nurturing and helping and healthcare and taking care and stuff like that. But also, since you have a lot of Virgo in you, it means you like to do things exact. You need people to tell you that you're doing a good job. So it's like, what's the best thing? Well, you could be like an in-home health aide where you get to do everything. You get to process everything, and you get to like take care and make sure that people are doing better. The other thing too, which is interesting, is your Jupiter. So this is how you gain your luck in life. This is like your superpower. Yours is in Scorpio, which means you need to be around death a lot. So if you do something for like end of life care, like that area, oh my God, you taking care of patients, or like, and I hate to say a nursing home, but something like that, that would be right up your alley. Please do something like that. Really look into it. Okay. So over here with, the other thing too, with you have a thing called a Saturn, which is if you are acting in this vibration, bad things will happen. She just made me taste like those Welch's gummies. You know what I'm talking about? Like the fruit gummies. That's so weird. I have no idea where that came from. I wonder if she could only eat Jello or something, or pudding for a while. I don't know. We'll figure that out in a little bit. Like, she keeps making me taste weird things, and it only hits in my brain. Okay, back over here. So Nicole, your your Saturn is in Pisces, which means Pisces in this placement is like, oh, whatever. It'll happen when it happens. I'll let other people walk all over me. I'm not going to have a direction. That's going to make it go bad. Okay, so make sure opposite of Pisces. The other thing too is that you are going to meet a lot of people in your life that are going to try to manipulate you and take you down. You're going to meet a lot of people that say, oh no, follow me, it's okay. It's because life is giving you an opportunity to not say, yes, I'll just go with the flow with you. It's giving you an opportunity to say, no, fuck off, I'm going to be great. Okay, so think of it that way. Now we have over here with Sarah, your moon, your emotional side, who you naturally are, is a Scorpio. So what this means to me is your natural ability to like foreshadow and see things and be a little suspicious of them is going to help her be a better version of herself. Okay, so listen to each other. The other thing though too is that it's true. Your Venus, how you love, is in Virgo, which means it's awkward. it's okay. You're like, I love you. You know, whereas over here with her, she's like, I love everybody. She's like me. Okay. It's a whole thing. And so you're like, God, that's stupid. Why is that so emotional? Like, it's the complete opposite. Okay. And that's okay. You're very logical. You would be her protector, and she's going to try to make you excited because she has an Aries in her moon. She's like, come on, be happy. Let's do this. And you're like, no, pipe down. You know, that whole thing. But it's perfect. Y'all can like bring things out in each other. The other thing too over here with you is that your Mars, your masculine side and drive in life is in Libra. So all you want is like peace. You want even keel. You just want people to be happy and be okay. I don't like the drama. You can be super creative if you want to. It also means too that you would be better like kind of just like being behind a desk, hanging out, you know, getting papers, putting stuff there. You don't like the drama of the day. You're like, I'll be here in my cubicle. I'll see you later. And then I'm going to go home and relax with my animals, like whatever. That would be your life. Okay. The other thing too is your Jupiter, how you gain your luck in life is traveling, is moving, is getting out of this area or this city. So that may also be another thing why she says moving. So maybe that gets into that later on. You don't have to do it now. The other thing too, which is interesting, is that your North Node, what your soul is trying to become, is in Libra. So you're just trying to find the balance, and you're trying to find the artistic side of you and the lighter side of you. Will you let that happen? You also have a lot of Taurus in you, which means that you're a workhorse, which is really, really kind of cool. And then, ooh, y'all are both Sagittarius in that, right? Which is interesting. Oh, y'all are very opposite. I like this. Ooh. And the other reason y'all are like yin and yang. So you, Sarah, are like me. You have 8 masculine and you have 2 feminine. So it means we think logically more than emotionally. And then over here with Nicole, she has 8 feminine and 2 masculine, which means she thinks with her heart more than her head. So this means y'all go together and you're like, why are you being so emotional? She's like, why are you not? And you're like, I don't know, because I don't know how to cry. And she's like, I cry too much.
Right.
See, so yeah, this is what happens with y'all. Tit for tat. I love it. I'm here for it. So let me go back over here. It's exactly what she was saying and talking about because it's going to align with you. Hold on. Tell me, Mom, what? Show me. Show me. So what happened after? What? Interesting. She's talking about her clothes and she's saying ratty old things. So, she used to have hips. She used to have like, she was nice shape. She's talking about, I go, okay, hold on. Do we have her shorts and tops still? Like, who has those? Yeah,
I do.
okay. You do. Oh, how should we? Yeah, she goes like this, and she goes like that. I go, okay. She's talking about ratty old things. She's talking about having them put away. She says, what? She makes me feel. This is not bad because I do it too. Did y'all use paper plates?
No, never. She wouldn't let us use.
Never.
Won't let us.
Oh, okay. This is what she says. Ratty. She's talking about, she shows nice plates. She goes, these are the nice plates. These are the nice plates. Like that's over and over again. And then she's talking about, I have paper plates in my area because I don't like to wash them because I don't have any time. And so she keeps commenting on my paper plates. And so I'm like, did you use them or are you just making fun of my paper plates? I think that's what she's doing.
She would rather do dishes than let us use any sort of paper product.
So she's giving me hell for my paper plates. That's what she's doing right now. Okay. Interesting. I'm like, did you only use them because she keeps touching mine? No, she's upset with that. She says, and y'all still have the same dishes?
Yeah.
Yeah, we do.
Before? Yeah. She's like pulling them out and making me hear the sound of a plate coming out. She says, tell me what? Do we not have a working dishwasher?
No,
Never.
we don't have a dishwasher at all.
Oh.
We
How
never have.
interesting. Really? Okay. She goes like this. I said, well, what? I said, so why were you washing dishes? What was going on? And she makes me hear like if a dish is in a tub of water and it's being clunked around softly. And I go, well, where's your dishwasher? And she goes, which means like there's an X over it. And I was like, is it not working? Have we not bought that? She's like, no. And she says, she showed me a, yeah, she just showed me a happy sponge, like a sponge with a smiley face in it. That's funny. And then she says, tell me, what about her? I can hear her walking. I can hear her walking in your house. What? What? She gives you kisses. She says, I wish they know I love them. And she's very thankful and she's very happy. Tell me. She wants Sarah to smile. She wants her to lighten up. And she babies Nicole. Like she babies Nicole in my head. Like she's like, and I'm like, I don't know. She's like petting you. It's interesting. She loves both of y'all though so much. What? Tell me. What do you mean? Wait, Nicole, did you get, okay, no. Did you have your belly button pierced and then you took it out?
No, I never had my belly button.
Weird.
I had lots of piercings.
That's your nose pierced.
Oh,
Lots of piercings.
oh, you haven't. Oh, you do. Oh, okay. Okay. This is all she shows me. And I'm like, I'm like, every time we have a baby, we don't have them anymore. Like that's not a thing. But she goes like this. She says, I see. And I go, what? And she shows me an image of like a needle going through like that. And I'm like, your piercings or piercings? I'm like, belly button one? She just keeps showing that. And she says that, tell me about her. What? You're always on your phone, Sarah, 24/7. I mean, both of y'all are, but she's talking about you going,
Yep.
like that. And so she's always with you and around you. Your mom is angelic. She hasn't left your side. She loves you. She's just in a different form. And so before I go, I want to teach you something. This is what I want you all to do tonight or tomorrow. So tonight, when you're about to go to bed, when you're laying there, when we have the phone off, when we have TV off, everything like that, I want you to sit there and in your mind's eye, so you just close your eyes and then you say like, Mom, I want you to come here and I want you to be with me for a second. Okay. And you just ask that in your head. And then after you ask that, you start remembering some really good memories with this person. You start remembering what they sounded like. She's wild. She's like, we have an ATV. She's like riding an ATV in my head, which is funny. And she's too small to do any of that. So that doesn't make any sense. What is that a thing?
Yeah. And I was just in an ATV accident last weekend. I broke my ankle.
Stop it. That's why she's bringing that up. Stop. You get off those things. I have one to pull a farm truck around. Do you know why? I don't go over 10 miles an hour. Do you know how many people I read that die from that? They get crushed. Never be on a crotch rocket. Never ride one of those over 10 miles an hour. Is that the boy you were with? Were you doing that with somebody else? Yeah. That's what she was making me feel. I was like, what is that? She talks about boys. She talks about distrust. And I was like, oh, okay. Watch out for that. I'm glad you're okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So after you go through and you ask her to come in, what you do is you start, like I said, remembering some really good memories you had with them. Start to remember them, feel them, relive them, all that stuff. And then what you do is you say, okay, Mom, you're probably going to cry. You're probably going to feel like goosebumps as well. What you do is you say, Mom, I want to create a sign with you. And when I see it in my world, I know you're here. And so choose anything you want, but let's start off easy first. So choose this first time a purple heart. So, and I want you to picture it in your head. Be like, I want to see a purple heart and see it in your mind's eye. And then what you do is you say, when I see this in the next 2 days, give it 2 days. I know that you're with me, and then let it go. And then text each other and say, I asked for a purple heart. Just say that. Okay. And then you let it go. And what will end up happening is you will see a stupid purple heart in your world, in your reality, and it will show up. It reminds you your connection, your love, your thoughts, your feelings. That's what binds you together, because that's energy. You are energy. You're just in a body right now. Okay. So as you do this, it will show up quicker and quicker and quicker. And when you do get that sign, what you do is you say, thank you. I appreciate it. You may be in awe. And that evening you do it all over again, but then you change it to something else. Okay. And so that's what you do. So instead of being like, there's a stupid coin, now you're like, holy crap, there's a purple pineapple riding an elephant.
Right.
You know, Okay. So for right now, do y'all have any questions or anything before I leave you? I just want to let you know your mom's been with me for a while now. Okay.
Oh, she has any is for her granddaughter. She never got to meet Nova.
Oh, her. Well, she loves her. Absolutely loves her. That is, I mean, she was talking about her last session. And so she's still talking about her here. One. She would be the best grandma. The freaking best. She's talking about getting down on the floor and being like, like all being up in there. And then she's talking about how difficult it would be for her to get up. She has really lean legs in my head, really lean legs. Sorry, she's just showing me her legs. She likes her legs. She keeps drawing a happy face in a sun over and over again. So she's talking about how she's her sunshine, or she is her sunshine all the way through. So tell her she loves her. Got it? All right. Good luck. Let me know on the job. Let me know on the sign. Go look into that other thing too. Take your time. And if y'all need me, let me know. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. You're welcome. Love y'all.